I'm Mark Kavanaugh for Cavi Coaches, and today I'm going to coach you up on creating a straight line graph using Google Sheets from data that creates a curved graph. All right, so as you can see here, we have our data consisting of time, position, and velocity. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a position time graph as we showed in a previous video. And you click on Insert Chart, and it makes a scatter plot. And I want to make sure that the graph is shown the entire first quadrant, so I have to make the minimum 0. And I can see that I don't have a straight line graph, I have a curve. So we're going to create a straight line graph. So we go to our graphical method summary sheet, and we're going to match up the graph. And it looks like we got a curve of some sort. So we go down here and we can see that it's the fourth one down. We see that it is y is proportional to the square of x, but the important column is the modification required to create a straight line graph, and it tells us to graph y versus x squared. So what are we going to do? We're going to go back to our data, and we're going to create our x-axis value, which is time, in time squared, and the unit is also squared, so it's seconds squared. So we go down to the next cell, and we're going to tell our sheet to create a data set of time squared. So I'm going to start by hitting the equal sign. And I can see that my first time is in cell A2. So I'm going to type A2. And once I type A2, I want to square that. So I'm going to use the caret, which is Shift 6, gives me the caret, and square it, and then press Enter, and I have squared 0.88 seconds. Now I want to square all of them. I don't need to repeat this process because I've done it once. So I have my 10 times here. So I'm going to click on the square down here at the bottom, this blue square that I can see. And when I get the black cross, I'm just going to click and I'm going to drag down as many cells as I have, which is going to be 10. And I can see that it fills in all of my time squares. So each of those values is a value that corresponds to the previous time. So let's go to make this data neat. We're going to put it in a box. Maybe we want to click and center it in the box. So now we have our time squared. So we're going to create a position versus time squared. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste position next to time squared. And I don't need my graph anymore for position time. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that chart. And then I'm going to highlight my two columns. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on Insert Chart. And I can see that my data looks still a little bit curved, but my hand timing was probably off a little bit. So I'm just going to make sure that it looks straight, make my time squared value 0. I can see that it looks linear. And again, my hand timing was off. And I know from what my teacher has told me that this should be a straight line graph. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at a trend line, click on the trend line button, and we can see we have the same number of points on both sides of the graph. So we are pretty good. This is a pretty good trend line. So let's go down here to label, click on label, and you click on use equation, and that inserts the equation for the line of best fit for position versus time squared. This is how you create a straight line graph from data that creates a curve. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day and even better tomorrow.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to click the like button down below and subscribe to my channel, Cavi Coaches, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter @Cavi Coaches.